there's ethnic studies. There was ethnic studies legislation to bring in ethnic studies, and now they're trying to co-opt it by calling it ethnic studies and social justice. I mean, they have no right to use that term. They're anti-social justice. CSU System's been anti-social justice for the past years. We've been fighting hard as a union and as faculty and other people to bring social justice to to CSU System. Now they're willy-nilly using that term as if they can appropriate it. Well, we're not going to appropriate it.
So do you think, where do you think that would lead? And do you think it could lead to something beneficial? Do you think they can create maybe a social justice program to educate people on what social justice is? Or do you think it's kind of just fluff and it'll just kind of float around?
Well, you can't allow these administrators to define what social justice is. It's going to have to come from faculty who are on the ground who've been doing that work. For example, myself and other faculty, for example, Sac State, we created something I helped start something called the Center on Race, Immigration, and Social Justice. And that was 4 years ago when I started this idea. And myself and Dr. Manuel Barajas, who's in sociology, and then other faculty members are also involved in this. And we've been doing programs and been doing stuff to try and connect the community and academics around social justice and around issues in our community. We should be the one defining what social justice is, not no administrators, not the chancellor, not the president of CSU. He's trying to pull together some kind of anti-racism thing there at Sac State. And I told him straight out, we've been doing anti-racism. You should be coming to us, asking us our ideas about anti-racism. Oh no, but you can't do that, because you guys are black and you guys are brown and I'm white, Of course I know more than you guys know.
It seems logical to me.
That to me is the attitude that we're still dealing with.
Right. Well, that seems damn logical to me. Why wouldn't you approach the people that have been on the forefront all these years?
Because they can't control us. They can't control us. They can't control me as a faculty member, in terms of what I'm going to say. He has no idea how I teach my classes. He has no idea as to how I connect, the resistance movements that have been critical for social justice in this country, right?
And he's only been president a couple years, 3?
Oh, he's been there for 5 years.
Oh, 5 years, okay.
He's trying, but, I'm just saying, there has to be this is a social justice paradigm requires a different focus from bottom up, not top down. Anything that's done top down, no, it ain't social justice.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Is something similar going on in the UC system as well, or is it just the CSU particularly?
I can speak to the UC system. They have a whole different system there.
Okay.
But I agree. I mean, this grassroots movement is kind of the way it's supposed to go down. Jay and I, especially Jay, we're really into comedians, and we love Dave Chappelle. And we were talking on a podcast not too long ago about how he was saying that people were looking to get a response from him, and he couldn't understand why. He said, this is not our movement. This is not a celebrity movement. This is not a comedy movement. This is a movement of the people that are on the ground, and then they're doing a damn good job of hitting the streets and creating awareness. And so, I agree. It has to start from the bottom and hopefully get to the top. Right,
exactly. I mean, with these people, they want to appropriate. They want to kind of direct it. They want to slow this thing down, No. And see, a movement doesn't have a trail. You create the trail.
Right. It almost reminds me of Chaz. It almost seemed like that was, it's like the movement went there and it just, they appropriated it somehow to try to create their own thing and create leadership and try to make their own thing. I don't know, maybe not.
I guess, I don't know. We were supposed to tomorrow go up there, but it looks like it's getting torn down.
Yeah, it looks like it's being dismantled. Are you familiar with Chaz? No. Seattle, they kind of took over the police department over in Seattle.
Oh, yeah. You mean that occupied area?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, it's a good good concept. I think people probably learned a lot up there. But I think what you have to do is that you got to politically control a community. You can't physically control a community until you politically control a community. See, and I mean by politically control, I'm talking about having people in government who are going to relate to your needs and your issues. The police precinct, should come down or should be transformed, but the people should do that. And so it's going to take that kind of effort. But the Paris Commune didn't stay up. So I mean, it's always going to be hard to fight against the state when you put up something that's kind of artificially temporary in a situation where the state has the power to eventually take you out.